Hello. Welcome to the Sunday session. I think we're live. As always, this is sort of done. And I never really know what's going on until we're on air and I see the first few comments coming in. But welcome to the Sunday session, everyone. Welcome to the 1st of May, Pinch Punch, first of the month. I hope you're all having a great May. Over here in the UK, it's a bank holiday, which means most people are out enjoying the weather and the day, but today it's raining, I think, for most of us. So people are stuck indoors, and if you are, that means you're probably watching this. So I apologise in advance for wasting your time. Yo, what's going on in the chat, everyone? We got Alex Bow, we've got Darrow, Joseph, Pete, Echo. Oh, there's Echo? Great, let me figure this out then. What microphones do I have?
How about that? Does that fix the echo? Echo gone? Is the echo gone? I'm just trying to fix this up for you guys. I was trying to get better audio today, so I've set the mic up. Is the echo gone now? Awesome. I had this activated twice. Dave Christmas, did I get your email? I don't remember having an email from you, unless it's recent. Can you tell me what day you sent it? I'll check my emails to see if I got it or not. Let's start getting in some questions then. All right. By the way, guys, I've been so sick this weekend. My wife and kid got sick last week, and I was all smug because I didn't get sick. And then blam, Saturday, my first day off in ages with the Lux release. So my first chill day, and I spent it in bed. So today's not going to be the super longest Sunday session just because I'm drained, but I'm going to give you my all for the next hour. All right, so Pete Booth asks, do I have any new products out? I do have new products coming out. I have one new app coming out very, very soon. I think that will probably be released around June 7th. That's an exclusive, if that helps. It would have been a lot quicker, but there's Magic Live coming up in 12 days from today. So around 2 weeks from now is when I would have started shooting the trailer. However, I'm going to shoot the trailer and the explanation files in California, in Rancho Cordova. So that'll be after Magic Live, and then it'll be released about 2 weeks after. And unlike with Lux, there's not going to be some crazy sort of mystery and secretism to this, because as you guys realize, Lux was sort of like a unique thing, and we try to keep it off people's sort of radar for as long as we could, so that people wouldn't copy the idea. Where with this app, I'm going to be a lot more free flowing with it. You guys are going to know a lot more about it in the upcoming weeks and days even. And also, I want you guys to possibly have input with this, and I'll explain a little bit more as we get a little bit closer to the date, potentially even this week. So it's not. This is not a secretive thing. As well, when Cognito came out, that hadn't been done before in an app format, and all the things we've done. So we try to keep that secret. Whereas this new one is more like it's a tool to enhance what you already do. So. A lot more involvement and a lot more openness about this new coming release. So I hope that sort of answers the question for you. Wow, loads of comments pouring in. All right, let me try and get through these. All right, the echo's gone. Thank you so much. Aaron, hello. Joseph Ball asks, do I want my child to be a magician? I don't know. I think about this quite often. He can already do his first magic trick. I know I showed you guys on the stream. What is he? I can't figure out. He's one. He was one in November. And about 6 weeks ago, he can do his first magic trick. It's not very good, but he puts a coin in his hand, he shakes it, he thinks it's disappeared, and then he pulls it from behind his ear. So I remember Craig saying his son could do magic, Ryland, when he was 3, and I was like, I've got to beat that. But I don't know if I want to be a full-time magician. I'd like him to learn all the things that I've learned for the magic industry. I I very early on realized that I never wanted a normal 9-to-5 job, and I kind of wanted to do a career that would take me around the world and sort of break me out of that government payment system, where you can only earn certain amounts and things. So I'd like him to understand those values, and I'd like him to learn that he doesn't have to work like a 40-hour week 9 to 5 job to be able to be successful. So if that comes with magic, then so be it, and if it doesn't, then cool. But yeah, I also think that if he did do magic, he would be a lot better than me, because he would have a much better set of tools given to him, where I had to like learn everything essentially on my own. Okay, so I hope that answered the question. What do you guys think? Do you want your kids to do magic? I know like it's a black and white subject, or it's a not controversial, but there's a lot of different opinions on that. Dararo66. How can we send voicemail for the podcast? Mail not working. Dararo. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. You can send them to my email, which is admin@lloydbarnes.co.uk, and you can find that just admin@lloydbarnes.co.uk. Send them there. They should come through there. That should work then. Alex Bow. When you get a chance at any point, would you take a look at your Facebook Messenger? Probably in the other inbox. Yes. And you know what? I'll try and do that right now. Okay, I can see it there. I've got my Messenger open, and I will then come back to it after the stream. Near my birthday. Oh, right. Yeah, the app release is near your birthday. Okay, I'll check the emails on the 22nd of April. That's about a week ago, right? David Peace. Hey, man. Thank you so much for interviewing me on your podcast the other day, David. If you guys haven't seen David podcast, go and check it out. It was so much fun to record. Him and Steve were great guys based in Ireland. Punk BMX says, Postman delivered Lux yesterday, and wow, instantly showed my wife, and she loved it. Sunday sessions have made me want to perform to people. Thank you. You're very welcome. And you know what? Doing these Sunday sessions makes me a little bit more passionate about magic, to be honest. It makes me a bit more passionate about performing and sharing stuff. And for so many years in magic, I sort of like hold myself away from other magicians and other people, and doing these more open format things is like, it makes me realize how much I've missed out and how much I enjoy spending time with everyone, all of you guys. All right, Brazen Magic. Wait, what? What have I missed? Well, not much, man. We've just been chatting about a new app that's coming out about June 7th. I think I can tell you. You guys want to know the app's name? Drop. We're at 8 likes on the video. Drop a like on the video. If we get to 20 likes, I'll tell you guys what the name of the app is. No, if we get to 30 likes, let's make it a challenge. If we get to 30 likes, I'll tell you the name of the brand new app that's coming out, the new release. Lux, not Flux. That's correct. I don't know why people keep calling it Flux. It's Lux. Dararo, can I explain the Lux riddle? There was a lot of different riddles with Lux. So if there's anyone in specifics you'd like me to explain, otherwise we'll be here for like half an hour explaining them. David Smith, thank you all. Thank you. Oh man, thank you, David, for tuning in. You haven't got to thank me for being here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love all of you. Keith O'Brien, if you need a tester for the app, I'm your guy. Dude, you can absolutely test the app, 100%. Actually, I'm going to be with you in Magic Live, right? If you're going to be there, then I'll give you a copy of the app, and you can help out with the beta testing. This is probably going to need a lot of beta testers, because it's not about the code of the app, it's about the ideas in the app. It's really, really, really powerful. It just needs more brains than mine. Lance Bowen, yes, hi partner, sent you a message on Messenger. I need a tiny favor when you have time. Okay, Lance, I will check it. My inbox is a swampland at the minute, but I will check out yours specifically. Rich Relish, Lux arriving tomorrow. Can't wait. Cannot wait to see what you come up with, you little genius. Rich is one of the best mentalists, the smartest mentalists I've ever met. So you're probably going to take Lux and make it so good that I won't even recognize it and put me to shame, which I'm all about. I'm totally down for that. Miko Luco says, first time I saw the Lux video, first thought was the ink, but then I realized UV off, LED on system. Yeah, most people think there was two things. There was people thought it was special ink, and a lot of people more so magicians thought that it was projecting an X. So it's not until like the second half of the trailer when people see that it's like signatures vanishing and appearing when they realize that's not the method, which is kind of not what I wanted to achieve. I was almost tempted, like I did with the Sunday session last week with Bo, I was kind of tempted to just release the instructions instead of a trailer, just release the whole download instead of the trailer, because I think people thought it was $75 for a special ink pen because Double Cross is around like that price. So when they see it was people don't think an electronic product is going to be under $100, because most people, when they make an electronic product, they just make it over $100 just because they can. I didn't want to do that. And then I realized sometimes as an afterthought that it looked too cheap to be electronic. And then so then people think that it's special ink, which sort of goes back and forth. But no, it's not. It's a UV on-off hybrid system. Is pretty cool. So Pete Booth says, my Lux idea is to have one of the rat tests you need to UV light to see the results, and then change to a positive test, from a positive test to a negative one. Cure COVID with the Lux. That's a great one. I don't know if there's if we spoke about on the Lux download so much. You could do some pretty funny things with it as well. If you get a spray bottle of UV ink and get like a tiny spray and spray it on your... I'll tell you all another time. You can do some funny stuff with it too. Brazen Magic. I came in and you was talking about a new release possibly. I have a little son, but wouldn't want to force him into it as he sees me do bits and bobs. He's also doing his version of Witch Hand and ACR. He is 3. Bloody hell. My lord. Doing ACR and he's 3. Right. I've got some catching up to do with my kid then, man. Yeah, I have this whole thing about teaching Thomas magic. It's like one part of me wants to teach him magic. The other part of me wants to keep it until he's old enough to experience magic for the first time. Like I talk about this all the time, but the first like real piece of magic that I experienced was Dr. Daly's Last Trick when I was waiting in line to meet Wayne Dobson when I was a kid, and that to me was like seeing real magic, and I'm afraid of taking that from him before he can experience it, because if it wasn't for that moment I wouldn't be sitting here. So that's another thing that plays in my mind. By the way, did anyone see Wayne Dobson's post on Facebook the other day? He posted saying that he watches my channel, which and for people to subscribe, which is the craziest thing, because if it wasn't for the Wayne Dobson show, and I was obsessed with Wayne Dobson as a kid, I wouldn't be doing this stuff, because it was only being at that show I experienced the feeling of real magic that got me so hooked that I ended up doing it like forever. And then now he's posting about me. Insane, like the most humbling experience, and still doesn't feel real. I had to phone my mum and tell her that it happened, because she took me to the show when I was 5 years old. Strange how the world works and how life works sometimes. Okay. Dave Christmas, thank you, bro. I need Lux in my life. You do need Lux in your life. Shantia V, do you have an online course for learning magic? I don't have an online course for learning magic, but I do post a lot of tutorials on my YouTube channel. So there's loads of different magic you can learn just for free on my channel. No need to sign up to a course. There are some great courses out there, and if you look in the description of this video, I believe that you can see a link to the net tricks, and I'm just double checking it's in there. On that, if you click that link and sign up to the Net Tricks by Craig Petty, then that's an online course where you can literally learn everything you're ever going to need, and it's the best subscription service in magic. Like nothing even comes close to it out there. I'm going to put a link in the video for you guys right now. So if you do want to sign up to a course, I'm going to put it in for you right now. Then this is the one to sign up to. Boom, just updated the video details, and I'll place it in the chat for you guys too. All right, by the way, we're at 25 likes, so if we get another 5 more likes on the video, then I'll tell you what the name of the app is. Brazen Magic. Firstly, welcome everyone to another amazing Sunday session. Welcome to church, everyone. Church is in session. Grab a pew. Get yourself comfortable. because we're about to repent for our sins. Chris James, congrats on Lux performed it already. Literal words from the spectator, it was magical. Thanks, man. Do you know the craziest thing about Lux for me is that I didn't ever... Sometimes you create magic to give a feeling of real magic. Sometimes you create like fun little comedy tricks, you know. Sometimes you create little offbeat moments. I never thought Lux would get like the feeling of real magic, but that's why you see in the trailer 3, I think, different sets of people all say this is like voodoo or don't curse me, or it's like black magic and things like that. And I never realized until getting it in my hands and performing it, because you know, up until like, it was only an idea, that it would feel like real magic, and that's why like Tobias Dostal and like Rory Adams and everyone says that's what it. Like, it was such a. I never thought that would be the byproduct from Lux, so that always like surprised me. Bray's new app hit them likes. Oh, 31 likes. 31 likes. All right, we're at 31 likes. I cannot not tell you guys the name of the app. So let me show you right here. Just gonna move some top secret stuff off the screen. Okay, where's my camera? So this is the app. Where am I? Here. It's called Maxim. And that's going to be coming out in about 6 weeks' time from now. And I can't wait to show you all what it does and tell you all what it does. In this instance, though, it's going to be a lot more open source for everyone. There's no real secrecy and hype surrounding it, other than the only secrecy is that, you know, up until getting it, you're not going to experience what it fully feels like or does. But as close as we get to it, then you'll see. It basically allows you to do sort of I won't tell you until we like at least open it up to the beta testers. So in a few days, probably I'll be opening it up to beta testers, and we'll go from there. Keith Carney, do I remember the 2-digit number I was thinking of? Oh yes, me and Keith were going back and forth in YouTube comments before I got sick yesterday, or this is the day before, and he was doing a think a number routine to me. Okay, look, Keith, we're gonna do the trick live. I'm gonna think of the number now. I remember the 2-digit number. I have it in mind. So whenever you reply, we'll go forth with that trick. But I have the 2-digit number in mind. Okay. Fabrizio, thank you very much, man. It's really kind of you. Is the app for Android? I can be a beta tester. That's from Miko. Yes, it is going to be for Android and for Apple. Keith, you're not going to be live this year. Dude, what? Oh, literally, you are like one of my highlights of Magic Live. Dude. Oh, I understand, but if there's a will and then there's a way, if you're going to bury some bodies to get there, make it happen, dude. Brazen Magic. What's Magic Live? Magic Live is it's a magic convention that takes place in Las Vegas. It hasn't happened for 2-3 years because of COVID, I think. It's in the Orleans casino, and it's on for a couple of days, I think from the 13th or 15th to the 18th of May. So I'm flying out on the 13th. I'll get there on the 14th. Yeah, it's literally a magic convention that takes place in a casino, and it's an experience. I'll give you that. But yeah, so that's what Magic Live. You can get to meet up with all your old friends, make new ones, and just hang out with people. And you know, if you want to, people can like party and whatever. I'm going to Vegas totally sober. I don't drink, so that's going to be an experience in itself. Shanita, I can see a Rubik's Cube on the table behind me. Can I solve this? I can solve this cube. Oops, where are we? So look, it's all mixed up, and you shake, and it's solved. Try this again. Look, so it's mixed up. Where is it? And now it's solved. This is a little lenticular cube, so from certain angles it looks like it's solved. See that? Oh dear. But I can solve the Rubik's Cube. My grandfather taught me when I was a kid, and I just sort of remembered it. That's a better one. So look. Alright, so it's mixed up, and all I have to do is shake, and it solves. You can buy those off Amazon, by the way. They're called They're made by the official Rubik's company too. I can't remember what it's called, but you can just search for like lenticular Rubik's cube, and it'll come up. And they're like $10. They're crazy cheap. King OK. Hey Lloyd. Hey man, how's it going, dude? Congratulations on winning the competition the other week as well, by the way. Okay, Jugi. On the Magic Cafe, people asked if Lux can be examined by the spectator or can they accidentally press the wrong buttons and ruin the effect? Great question. So the only way they're going to ruin the effect is if they hold that button down and turn on the mode cycle setting. But that's covered literally in the first few minutes of the tutorial. So if people aren't watching the tutorials, then that's their fault. They're going to, they might screw it up. But I learned straight away from performing that people, you tell them to turn it on, they'll try to hold the button down. So all you do is two options. You can, where's my unit? What you can do is this. There's two things you do, and it's basic. I just say this. What I want you to do is to turn the light on, and to do that, you just tap the button and let it go, and that's it. Or I turn it on for them and hand it to them. That literally avoids 100% of any issues with people turning it on. But even if they do, this is the cool thing. Even if they do hold it down and it turns into the cycle setting mode options, then nothing happens. No light comes out. They can't break it, and it won't expose the secret. As you can see, there's a red light in there. I'll change it so it's a brighter color. Where are we? So the blue maybe, or the flashing red. All that happens is they don't know that's flickering on in there, because they don't know to look inside. So all that happens if they do hold it down, you just hold it back down and it sets, and you say just turn it on. No issues whatsoever. It's a real it's really sort of fail safe. Timo. Hi Lloyd. Hey Timo. Timo? Am I saying that correctly? I hope so, man. Punk BMX. Apart from Lux and Cognito, what are some other EDC items I might have missed out on and should pick up? Apart from Lux and Cognito, I'm trying to think. Are you talking about things in general, or like any releases over the last few years, or things that are new coming out? Because the two things, and it's a toss up for me, but the Orphic wallet by Lewis Laval in the 1914 is fantastic. It's a fantastic wallet that allows you to do peaks and cards to wallets. Also, Javier Fuenmayor's Nexus wallet. It's a slimline wallet that does peaks and card loads too. Both very, very good, and depending on what I want to do, I choose either one, so I have both of them ready to go when I want to leave the house. That's sort of the two EDCs for me. And I seen an interesting article on the Jerks the other day talking about everyday carries, and he was talking about Lux, saying that an everyday carry should be something that you carry every day, not something that can be carried every day. So if we're talking about that, then wallets are something people carry every day. So for an EDC, I'd say, like the Orphic wallet or Nexus wallet for me are two important ones to think about because they're so practical. But yeah, I mean, my everyday carries are, I have my phone that has a couple of apps on there. If I carry a deck of cards, I don't always carry a deck with me, but if I carry a deck, I try to put it in stack, because then you just give yourself like a whole arsenal of new tricks for free. And then I do carry rubber bands a lot, so I'll always put a few rubber bands when I go out. And one of my favorite things is to take Lincoln bands as well, because these are like the perfect impossible object that are easy to acquire and make. And I teach this on my channel. There's a video like from a week or two ago. So I teach Rory Adams' target practice with his permission. But to give out linked rubber bands is such a magic experience. So yeah, things like that. I also keep on me, not here, but in my coat, I carry Lux and a pen, but a Sharpie that has a 6 of clubs reveal on it. Super, you don't realize it's so basic, but it's super, super powerful. And then if I'm really going all out and I carry a deck, I'll take an Omni deck with me as well. It's one of those guilty pleasures, because magicians in the UK at least look down their nose at people who do the Omni deck, but the reactions are phenomenal. And it's not like a cheesy trick. I don't feel like it's like a cheesy trick for me. Ivan, will the app work with any other apps or devices, or is it a standalone app like Peaksmith or Hydra come to mind? Yeah, it'll work with other devices. It should be able to talk to other apps as well. I'm trying not to give too much away, but if it all pans out, then like it should, and it's pretty much there, then yeah, you can it'll talk to other apps, and it'll allow you to create some really, really, really impossible. It's all to do with one trick, one classic magic problem, but it allows you to do some of the probably like the cleanest, most fooling methods for this ever. But it's I'll say this, it's one of these tricks that absolutely will destroy. This is not designed. It's a tool, so it's not like a magician fooler. It's designed to absolutely annihilate laymen. So I'll give more information on that in the coming days, probably. Brazen Magic says, Lux is incredible, and I had a panic attack about what I had in the palm of my hands. Once I truly understood what I had with the help of Lloyd, I can't wait to fry brains and serve them a cold glass. Thank you so much, dude. What's the mystery UV aerosol on the desk? Russ Jackson. This is UV spray paint. So if you see in the trailer, there's a 2 of diamonds that has a 7 of diamonds, or 2 of hearts that has a 7 of diamonds appear like all ghostly. What I did was I stenciled out a 7 of diamonds, held it over a 2, and then UV spray painted it. And it was just to give people an idea of what can be done, because if you could go and make some UV stencils and start spraying them on places, you can use Lux to give you some really, really incredible reveals. Like really, really incredible stuff. Sasha Ranau. Hi, I am live from Germany, Oldenburg near Hamburg. What? That's sick. I love Germany, but I've only ever been to, I think I've been to Berlin, and I've been there twice, I think. I've been to Berlin twice. Amazing country, amazing place. I went and hung out with Tobias Dostel and had the craziest few nights partying in Berlin with him. We went to one place in Berlin, and it was like, one of our friends, Odd, worked there. It was like a cocktail bar. His name's Odd Strankback, I think it is. And we were supposed to be filming with Moritz Müller the next morning. So we went to this cocktail bar, and we started doing like magic and things like this to the owners. And they in the UK we call it a shut-in or a lock-in, where they lock the doors and let you party till late at night. And so we had to be, me and Tobias had to be up at like 8 a.m. to shoot Moritz Müller for his one coin routine download. And so we were partying, we were having fun, we were doing all the magic in the world, and we decided like to leave like this cocktail bar. And when we opened the door, and we thought it was like 1 a.m. and when we opened the door, it was blazing sunshine out, and it was like 7:30 a.m. in the morning. Crazy. Miko Luco says, Lux idea, make UV marks to your body and clothes and make a tick around it. Maybe test how easily you can transfer the UV ink by touch. That's pretty cool. Alex Bow, I'm watching while putting up a trampoline. God help you when your son gets the age he wants one. Oh, dude, I used to love trampolining. I was showing my wife videos yesterday of me on a trampoline. If you go on my Instagram, there's some on there. I love trampolines. I'll be on it more than my kid if he wants one. King OK says, an idea I had after seeing Craig Petty's celebrity prediction is to write a celebrity's name on every card. Every card has the same name on it. Force a celeb using DFB or something else. Yeah, I've seen somebody else, I think, mention that. Freely name a card and get their card. Yeah, it's such a good idea. I was thinking of doing a version of I can't think of the name of the effect. Any card, any number with Lux, where it wouldn't be an actual any card, any number, but basically you would write down. Well, I'll do this with you all so you can sort of see how effective it is. And if it doesn't work, then I have methods for contingency plans. But I would say to someone, I'm going to be off by 1 with this. So name any card in the deck. And they name any card in the deck. And they say, now I want you to think of any number, but nothing too ridiculous. So a number between 10 and 20, but make it like a big, difficult one. Okay, so all of you could actually do that. So So think of a number between 10 and 20, but make it a big difficult one. And then they would tell me their card. So let's say their card is the 10 of diamonds. So I'd take the 10 of diamonds out. I could see it's the only 10 of diamonds in there that they freely named. And then I'd said, you remember before I said I'd be off by 1. The number you're thinking of, was it 17? And if they say yes or no, as long as they say something like that, you shine Lux on it to show that it says 17. And if it's off by 1, you've covered that beforehand. So basic method is you write 17 on the back of every card. It's like a thing I learned from Harry Lorraine, where you say think of a number between 10 and 20, but make it like a big difficult one. Because you say big difficult, they just sort of go to like 17, 18, but they don't go to 19 because it's like too close. And they don't go to 20, obviously. So when you're off by 1, they can say 16, 17, or 18. So then every card has 17 on it. And you reframe by saying, at the end, you say, before you reveal the number, you can say, like, you freely thought of any number, and you freely thought of any card. And because you do it in that order, because they do freely think of any number, but it's within a very small range. But then you immediately follow the question before they can answer with a yes by saying, and you freely thought of any card, which is true, they did. They answer yes to both questions, even though one of them is only half true. So it's like this lovely convincer mentally that they had a free choice of any card, any number, and then it's there. So that's one idea I had for an ACAN. Maybe I'll try and film a live performance of it even. I could potentially do that on Fuller to my wife, because she knows what Lux is, but I don't think she'd work out the any card, any number section of it, maybe. Brazen Magic says, please remember this is a child's version of ACR. Hella triple lifts and double lifts and blatant lifts. I don't even know what to call them, but the concept is there. That's great, man. He's got to start somewhere. Dude, I still do terrible double lifts now. I have like I don't know, in darts they call it the yips, right? Which when people who play darts, they after they do it so long, they get like a mental block and they can't throw them. So I have like the yips with double lifts where I constantly split them every time I turn them over. I have to really focus on my doubles. I just did it then, where I'll accidentally split them. It's a crazy thing. So we all gotta well, not all of us are good at doubles and triples. So fair play to him. Magic Blueprint. How do I color grade my videos? That's a good question. I was actually considering, and I may do this, making a tutorial video on how I do like little edits. Like I do these card whenever I make a tutorial, sometimes I'll put like an edit at the beginning, and I do get questions from people asking how do I make the edits, and one of the things is color grading. So in short, the way I do it is that with my camera, I turn the saturation right down. So it's called log, shooting in log format. So that means when you shoot the footage, you take the saturation down quite a lot. Not all the way, so it's black and white, but quite a lot. And then when I import it, I use Final Cut Pro, even though most people like to use Premiere Pro. I use Final Cut Pro all my life. And when I take it in there, I actually have an adjustment layer, which was a free download that I got from some website. I place an adjustment layer over all my footage, and then you can find LUTs online. There's a bunch of different LUTs. But the one I tend to find myself using all the time is a LUT called, I think it's M31 or something. And I sort of apply that to my footage, and then I bring down the opacity of that LUT a little bit. Most of the time it just looks cool. I'm colorblind. I'm completely colorblind. Almost completely colorblind. I'm on the very top end of the spectrum, so I never think or can tell if it looks very good, but I sort of colorblind to what I think looks good. And then it seems to sometimes work. Alex Bow, how many Lux were sold? In 2 days, I can't tell you the exact figure because that's like company secrets, but we surpassed the Quantum deck in 2 days, which is unbelievable. And when I spoke to the team at Murphy's, they said the only time they've ever had something sell like this was the True Astonishments project by Paul Harris, which was like hyped for years, and yeah, so it's a lot, it's overwhelming amounts. SKFN, can I make a tutorial of a visual coin production? I can do that. I've been thinking more about my tutorials lately. You guys seem to love the gimmick stuff, whereas, it's not hard to come up with gimmick stuff, but it's hard to make a lot of different stuff or make it interesting to do gimmicks every week. Normally, like, I've just spent the weekend shooting 2 Fooler episodes and 2 Tutorial Tuesdays for when I'm in Magic Live, so you guys don't miss out on the schedule. And both the Tutorial Tuesdays I had to think of on the spot as I turned the camera on in my office, like, what we're going to do. But I have so much material, which is just like a hand to do with cards, coins, and other objects. But I feel like, I don't know, it feels like when I put the gimmick videos up, you guys seem to respond to it a lot more. So I can do it. If you guys want to see more sleight of hand tutorials, then I'm down for doing it. But it just seems that when I do, sometimes it's not as popular. Chris James says, I shared a prediction cross effect for Lux on Facebook. Performed it so good. Dude, try and get a video. I'd love to see some performance videos coming in for Lux. Sasha, you make crazy tutorials. Like, dude, your English is perfect. No need to apologize. Praising for like the magic blueprints. Sorry, I don't know what you're apologizing for. I think I'm off. What's the word? There's a lag. James Brett, respect from Detroit. What? Thanks for joining in, man. I've always wanted to go to Detroit. Always. Probably since I love the film 8 Mile. That's why I want to go there so bad. Get some mom spaghetti from his shop. Javier Gallego, Bizarre Magic Lux will work well. I think you mean it'll work well like with Bizarre Magic, because you can do things like with veins and things with it. Alex Bow, can I be a beta tester? Potentially. There's a certain caveat to beta testers, which I will announce in the coming days. But the beta testers that I need to do a certain thing, need to be sort of proficient or very, very good at one certain thing. Rich Relish, yes. Rich, if you do what I think, then what I need, then I'll make you a beta tester for sure, because you're a genius. Okay, Keith Carney, add another 2-digit number. This is from the number trick from back ages ago. Okay, add another 2-digit number. Yes, I've done that now. So I'm gonna do it on my phone, so I won't forget. Okay, I've done that. I've added another 2-digit number, and I will wait for the next instruction. Brazen Magic. I would love the opportunity to be a beta tester if I could, by all means. Brazen Magic. I mean, I'll be announcing what's required for the beta testers. So, if you meet those requirements, then great. Chris James, any chance of the UV pen selling separately? I have a few, and the Lloyd Barnes pen is by far my favorite. Not sure what it is. It's just bold and shows up great. Yeah, there's a lot of questions about the pen being sold as a refill. We thought about it, but we thought to not do it purely because it's not, UV. We didn't want people thinking that the pen A was the special pen, like when you have to buy like refills and double cross, and you can use any of the pens. But we are finding that people do. I put a lot of work into. I had so many samples and different types of ink come back from the people that we sourced the pens from. So I did put a fair amount of work into finding the best sort of pen. So depending on the amount of people that want refills, then we can make it possible. But I just don't want people to feel restricted to these pens, because you can use pretty much any UV ink that you want. Sasha, you are very cool and you make me better, and I'm 47. So cool. Dude, we're all... you guys all make me... We all make each other better. Like this, you're never the master, always a student, myself included. Joshua Riley, we got here in the chat, said that's awesome. I think I'm on a time delay or a lag, so I'm not sure what's awesome, but I'll take it. Keith, oh man, I might make a surprise appearance, but I'm nailing down a contract deal here. I need to be here in case. Oh, okay. Wow. That sounds interesting. Well, even if we can meet up on the strip and grab some lunch or something, that would be so cool, man. David Peace got a call from Steve interrupting the Sunday session. Tell Steve that I'm very annoyed that he interrupted the Sunday session. Dave Christmas, I've just resent the email. Okay, all right, Dave. I can see the email. I have the email right here. I did not realize that you used a different name in the email. I will hook you up, my friend. Brazen Magic says, Magic Live sounds epic. Enjoy for those who are going. Yeah, dude, it'd be sick if you could come. But there's other Magic conventions. You're UK based, right? So there's the Session convention coming up in the summertime. I think it's June, July, which is in Heathrow in London. It's a 2-day, possibly 3-day event. That's really, really fun. So a lot of people are going to that. And if you want to it's called the Session. You can go to, I think it's the sessionconvention.com. Go and get it. I think it's like $100, £100 for a ticket. But come along. It's great. If you haven't been to a Magic convention before, you're in for a treat, man. And Clemente, sorry I'm a bit late. Don't worry, dude. You are in good company right now. Rubik's King. Okay, the Rubik's Cube is called Impossible Cube. If I remember correctly. Yeah, that's right. The Impossible Cube from the actual Rubik's company. It's the and then Shantia V says it's the Impossible Rubik's Cube, isn't it? You are so much smart. I didn't invent the Impossible Cube, although when I come up with those changing cards, using it for Rubik's Cubes was something that I considered 6-7 years ago. Chris James Magic says, video idea for YouTube, creation challenge. We pick 3 or 4 items on Amazon, cheap. You get them in and have to create something from it. Would love to see this. I'm down for that. Yeah, all right. If you guys think that would be interesting to you, I'll create magic. Or I'll try to create magic from anything. Sky Magic. Thank you, Lloyd, today for your personal help. You are so close to the community. Just wanted to officially thank you, buddy. Oh, thank you, Sky, for tuning in, man. It's a pleasure to have you here, and yeah, I really appreciate it. King, okay, have you already posted it? If not, could you please sign a piece of paper or playing card, add that to the pack? Yes, I'm doing a big prize post this Monday. It's bank holiday in the UK, so I couldn't send out the weekend post, so I'll do it with the post on Tuesday even, because it's bank holiday, which is a national holiday in the UK until Tuesday. Rollins Yenga, what's up, Lloyd? What's up, Rollins, man? Thank you for tuning in. Chris Dagis says, who's looking forward to the David Blaine course? I can't wait. Yes, very much looking forward to the David Blaine course. So much to unwrap there, so much to talk about. David Blaine exposing secrets in a course. I never thought I'd see the day, and I'm so, so happy. I think Blaine's the greatest living magician. He may not be Tamariz in terms of his stack work ability. He may not be Deotis in terms of his card magic ability. He may not be David Roth in his coin magic, but ultimately, I think David Blaine overall is the greatest living magician. I know that's controversial because he's not a master in any one field, but I think David Blaine is one of the magicians in the world that truly, truly, right down to its core, understands magic like nobody else. And I think, every sort of few generations you get that sort of magician. Darren Brown being one of them. He's the maestro. He's the greatest ever of all time, I think, mentalist. Of course, he rode off the back of other incredible mentalists out there, or that came before him. But think people like Houdini, for example, understood so much more to magic than just the tricks. And to be able to live in a time where someone of the scale of Houdini is able to share their thoughts on magic, I think we are very, very, very privileged. And I'm not, of course I'm interested in learning the tricks that he's going to teach, but I just want to hear his theory on why he chooses certain effects, his approach to magic, things that he's learned over the years that only he could have gained the knowledge from, because he was the one that started all the street magic revolution. He's the one that has performed at these certain events and occasions, and that sort of stuff from Blaine I think is absolutely priceless. I think I know that certain people are going crazy and are really, really pissed off that he's teaching this magic, because it is controversial that Blaine makes his magic appear real, where to real laymen, a lot of them think that what he does is real. Whereas like Chris Angel and other magicians like Penn and Teller, like with Chris Angel, he tries to make it real, but it's done so poorly that it obviously comes across as fake. But with Penn and Teller, they openly say there's no such thing as real magic. Where Blaine, I mean, his last show was called Real or Magic, and he really tries hard to blur that line between reality or magic by doing those stunts where he puts things through his arms or regurgitates animals. And then by combining that, and there's that great clip of Ricky Gervais at the end of Real or Magic, I think it is, where he's just there, he's saying, it must be real. No, it's not, because that would make you mental, but it's real. You just put it through. And he can't make his mind up, he can't work it out. So to put that official stamp on it that, hey, I'm David Blaine and I'm showing you my secret, it removes that authenticity from what he does. But then, you know, is it like wrestling where the suspension of disbelief is only in the eyes of those who don't want to look, who want to be naive and enjoy that? Because, you know, you see like WWE wrestling is not real. Being a psychic is not real. Ghosts are not real. We all know these things, but some people allow themselves to like suspend that disbelief, and so do some people with magic as well. Or they very much are torn between that line. But just because those people exist doesn't mean that everyone else shouldn't be able to look behind the curtain and get something from the other side of things as well. Super interesting topic. Either way, I'm not missing it. I will be tuned in and I will be hanging off every word that he says. Victor Pina, congrats on the great work. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. Chris James, yeah, on YouTube there was a mat test that Craig did. Something went wrong. He literally fixed it and changed the setting right in front of him. It wasn't even a thing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's not even going wrong. It's just sometimes they go into settings mode and you just come out of it. Punk BMX, look out for Keymaster. Yes. Oh, I didn't know if Craig had announced that yet, so I didn't mention that. But that's the perfect EDC because it's keys. Coca Rodrigo Wilner. Hi Lloyd, I've just tried 3 in the bed for 4 minutes to my wife, and it was a total disaster. I flashed the jack on the bottom, and also the 2 cards palm in. I only do self-work magic, so training. Ah man, yeah. With things with effects where it heavily relies on sleight of hand and not flashing certain elements of the effect, then the only advice I have is twofold. It's practice until you are absolutely brilliant, and then go out there and do exactly what you've done. Go out there and fail. The only way you're ever going to learn how to not screw up a trick is by failing it. And every magician in this chat will tell you the same thing. The only way you don't get caught is by getting caught. So it's great that you performed it to your wife first, because, you know, she's not going to run around the town screaming that you can't do real magic. But you've got to go and get caught. And that's why, like for me, a lot of the stuff I practice on my wife, it'll be things that are work in progress, and I'll screw up and I'll get caught. And it'll tell me exactly what I need to know to not do it again. So like you've just said there, you flashed the jack on the bottom and also the 2 cards palm in. I guarantee, maybe you will flash again, but I guarantee you'll be much, much less likely to make the same mistakes twice, because you know where you've gone wrong now. So yeah, that's a great learning experience. You can only, you never lose, you only win or learn. You know what I mean? Okay, let me see. There's so many comments here. Sasha Ranau, did I know Phoenix? Very cool. I don't know what that means, dude. Got Orphic Plus coming this week, then adding it with Lux. Oh Lord, indeed. Oh, dude, yes, power right there. Punk BMX, yeah, I saw Craig talking about the remastered version. After seeing him perform the original, I will definitely look at the new one. Oh yeah, in terms of Keymaster, yeah. Rich Relish, my current train of thought for Lux is a celebrity crush routine using celebrity names on double blank deck, where the X represents a kiss. Just an idea at the moment, but think there's something there. Ah, very, very cool. I think that's interesting. What you could do with that is instead of using a deck of cards or a blank deck, is get Polaroids or photographs made of the celebrities, and use the UV ink, because it makes more sense than playing cards for celebrities. So, you know, you just get some photo celebrities, print them off, and then use it. You can get them made small and use it like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Wyatt Allen, so excited to see Tutorial Tuesday. I'm excited for you guys to see it. Yeah, I spent the whole weekend getting ahead of my schedule so that I don't let you guys down when I'm at Magic Live. And I've done it, finished them. I've got to upload one of them left, but they're scheduled, ready to rock. And I think you guys are going to love them. Josh Riley, you're doing well to not reveal the app. I didn't. I revealed the name, which is okay because that really doesn't give much away. And but I haven't revealed what it does, so I think I'm doing well. Shantia V, how many decks of cards do I have? I actually shrunk my card collection now. I just threw away loads of decks. I had 500 decks of cards from Illusionist. I just threw them up in the trash, and now I just have left just good decks. I have bicycle decks, split spades. Probably though, I don't know. I probably got a couple of hundred decks left. Has Design says, Lloyd, you're driving me nuts. You're driving me mad. My Lux comes in a day or so, and the weight has been making me question my existence. You guys don't understand how excited I was when I was getting the very first prototypes. And one of them I actually cut short a family holiday to get the prototype a day early. So me and my wife, it was during COVID, we went on a staycation to the south of England. We're in Wales, which is a different country. Like a 3.5 hour drive away. And I had a notification. So my first Lux unit wasn't supposed to arrive until the Monday. And so we left on the Thursday to go on a little vacation. And I got a notification saying your package will be delivered tomorrow morning between 9 and 10 a.m. And I was like, done, gone, straight home. Went and got the prototype, played with it, loved it, didn't care. Pissed the family off. Clemente. Oh my god, just had an idea and I need to get Lux now. Imagine like a sort of voodoo or orientation on the spectator writes down on his card, a picture card. When you shine the UV light on the card, the skeleton of the card appears. That's cool. That's super cool. I love that. Dave Christmas, can you add me on WhatsApp? Nah, dude. Sorry, I don't. I literally I don't like messaging or texting or anything. My phone is just here for emails mainly and a bit of social media. It's nothing to do with you. I just I don't get a lot of time away from the internet just because of what I do for a living. So I try not to do much texting and things. Brazen Magic. Omnideck kills, especially to the crowd of people I've been showing. If I'm getting crazy reactions with Omnideck, can't wait to shut them down after Lux. Oh, dude. You're gonna blow them away. You've obviously got good choice in Magic if you're actually going out there doing Omnideck. Mike Nicol, hello from Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Sick. I love Canada. I've even got Canada Airport, Toronto Airport YYZ tattooed on my arm. Mike and Nicole, congrats on 10k. Thank you so much, dude. I can't believe I actually even got to 10k subscribers, let alone where I am 2 weeks later or something, or 3 weeks later. Growing so fast. It's the craziest thing. The King Shy Guy. Have you ever been pitched a great magic trick that never got released? Yes. A couple. I'm trying to think which was the one that I loved the most. Well, obviously, I can't talk about them because they're not my tricks to talk about. They're other people's ideas that were submitted. But yeah, there was a couple of great tricks that sometimes they're just not viable in terms of they're great ideas, but they accomplish one trick well, but they cost a lot of money to produce it. Sometimes the things are so intricate that they need to be handmade, and the cost outweighs the final effect. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff shown to me over the years. Not all of them made it, but yeah, it's a shame. Alex Bow, if you're on a Mac, Final Cut Pro is amazing. Yes. Yeah. I know people say use Premiere, but McKinnon always used to be on me about it, but Final Cut Pro is where it's at for me. All the e-trailers that I ever made were done in Final Cut Pro. Not just my stuff, all the big releases that I did too. When is the... Oh, sorry. So Shantia says, is your job this before Magic, or you have another job? My job is creating Magic. I work for Murphy's Magic, and I create magic for them full time. That's my job. I create magic for a living. Alex, Bo, when is the Craig and Lloyd Magic Convention happening? We think it's going to happen next year. I mean, this is Craig's crazy plan, and you know what Craig's like. When he gets an idea in his mind, he does not quit on it. So I've always said I wanted to do a magic convention. There's so many good conventions out there, but they all seem to do certain elements wrong. And I think there's space for a convention which hopefully gets it all correct or gets it all right. And yeah, that's what the plan was. But then Craig's like, right, we're doing it, and it's going to happen next year. So potentially next year, I'd imagine summertime we'd be doing it. Peter Burkett, do you have a bottom drawer, Lloyd? I know Lux won't be going in it. I do have a bottom drawer. Do you know what? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do have a bottom drawer for magic, but mine's not in the same sense as probably some people out there. My bottom drawer for magic is tricks or things that I think are good that I haven't found a use for yet. So I always find myself dipping in and out of my bottom drawer of magic to think like, oh, I could use this for that or this for that. So it's not really like any trash magic just goes in the trash for me. There's no point. I'm not a hoarder. I used to hoard every trick ever. But for me, I throw out the trash tricks. I'm really ruthless with it. So my bottom drawer is stuff which I think has a use, but I don't know what it's for yet. And definitely no luck's gone in there. Punk BMX, my first week since redundancy, and I've been diving into magic and loving it. Not sure my wife is as impressed when I show her new stuff, but still have no job. Dude, get a job performing magic. Dave, gotta go, Lloyd. Don't forget my email, bro. Thanks so much. I will not forget your email. I'm doing a big post run this week, so I'll hook you up. Josh, it was the Rubik's Cube. Okay, cool. Mr. Reese, who has the best name in the world, by the way? Good evening, beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. Back to you. Somebody's name here is Lloyd with a LH. Oh, I didn't never hear it spelled that name before. Brazen Magic. Refills. I like the pen. What pen would you recommend purchasing from Amazon? So I don't recommend this. I can't recommend this pen because some people may have skin irritation to it, right? Because it's got xylol in it. But I really like the thickness of this pen. If you're worried about getting skin irritation, do not buy it. If you have sensitive skin, do not buy this pen. But I do personally really like it. I don't get skin irritation from it. I use it really well. But I'm not advising anyone to get this, especially if they have skin irritation. But this one I find is fantastic. So it's the Edding 8280. This was very close to being the pen that we included in Lux, by the way. A little bit of a bonus info there. All right. Do I have a 3D printer? If yes, which one? And what are the coolest things you've printed? Nevio, I do not have a 3D printer. I have a Javier. So for those of you that don't know, Javier is an absolute... He's the Michelangelo of 3D printing at Murphy's. Javier Fuenmayo. Every time I have an idea that needs 3D printing, I go to Javier, and within about 34 minutes, he comes with a fully finished thing, which looks way better than I ever could have imagined, and then he sends it to me in the post. So I don't have a 3D printer, I have a Javier. You can call me... Shantia says you can call me Shanti. Okay, hi Shanti, nice to meet you. David Peace says, all I can think lately with Lux is saying, I solemnly swear I am up to no good for every reveal. Yo, that's a really good idea. It's a really good idea because of the Marauders map. I know this because my wife is a absolute Potter freak. Chris James, what about Josh's idea? Take the same type of pen, shorten it, put it on a key ring like the mini Sharpie. Easier said than done. I know I can't find a UV keychain marker. Anyway, yeah, I know. I'd love to do that. Yeah, at the minute you're just gonna have to self-make it. But I'll potentially look into getting them produced depending on what the demand is like. Chris James says, Blaine knows how to perform like nobody else. If that course even has just a few tidbits of knowledge directly from David's mind on this, it'll be worth it. Yeah, that's where my head's at. I'm literally willing to pay for the course if I can just gain one piece of knowledge, because he has the potential to change everything in a split second. He's just that powerful. Lance Bowen says, in regards to your gimmick versus sleight hand tutorials, I love seeing how creative you are with gimmick making, but as you know, I'm a sleights guy. Your favorite sleights tutorial, please. All right, Lance, there is. So a request for a coin appearance it came in, and Lance Bowen now is doubling down saying he wants to see my sleights. Although, Lance, you are better at sleight of hand than I am, as you've proven many times over. So I feel like you wouldn't be learning much from me. I'll try, but it'll be more like you watching it and probably going, this is how to do it better. Because you are incredible. Chris James, is Gaz here? Is this Gaz from the Magic Cafe? I don't think so. I don't think he leaves the Magic Cafe. Felipe Enriquez? I hope I said that correct. Hi Lloyd, recent fan of yours here, learning every day with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, dude. I really appreciate it, man. Magic Jim 11. Uri Geller claims that he has real powers to this day. Yes, yeah. I was thinking about that the other day. He does claim that, and I'm okay with that. I know some people are not okay with it, but I am okay with that because he does talk to magicians. He's not somebody who's completely wrapped up in his own BS that says like he can do real stuff, and he does acknowledge to people on the inside of the fold that he doesn't, which is great because it shows self-awareness. King OK says, Lance, I really like sleight of hand, but I like how satisfying gimmicks are. On the other hand, my cards are slowly disappearing. I have less and less cards. Oh my god, yeah. Right now my whole place is just like strewn cards everywhere. Sasha says, Phoenix cards, hope I have some. I don't have any Phoenix cards. I've actually always wanted some Phoenix cards, and I've never ever gotten around to getting a deck. I don't know why. Never gotten around to it. Always wanted them though. Tom Gibbon says, that ACAN tutorial you posted was incredible. Thank you so much, man. I didn't realize the reaction I was going to get because I'm a real purist with ACANs, so I really like to make them as perfect as possible, as in like as close to somebody saying freely name any card, freely name any number, and go from there. So it didn't hit the criteria that I normally like to do. It was more of just a basic exploration into it to start people thinking down that way of doing a convincing force of one piece of information and then using that piece of information to direct the rest. But yeah, people seem to love it, and it made me rethink that maybe I'm going to go out and start refining it and making it more walk around friendly, because at the minute it's the situational version. But it'd be better if it was a lot more pacey and easier to follow so that you could just do it table hopping. David W says, hi Lloyd, loving your channel. Got my first gig in a long time in a Swiss cocktail bar. Any ideas for killer reputation makers that might suit this setting? Oof. Yeah, when you open up, not that I don't do gigs, but I find that I performed a lot of magic, and a swanky cocktail bar, you're bound to get people on dates or groups. And I always find that in groups, you get the guys that don't want to be upstaged in front of the girls, the alpha males, the people that will try and heckle you. So you want to try and negate that as soon as you get in through the door. The first thing you can do is immediately not start with pick a card, because especially if they've had a drink, they'll be like, oh, I've seen this one before, or they can be like that. So I'd start with something really flashy and quick to open, maybe something literally with like flash paper. I always open up with Crazy Man's handcuffs because it's just so interesting to see, and I always start with it on the person's hands because it catches them off. And then I talk about this all the time. The routine that I use, the third phase, is designed to catch the hecklers out, or the people that are going to be like, I can see what you're doing now, because it vanishes. So something like that. And then I do something called 2-card deluxe. It's my take on 2-card Monty, but basically the cards that end up in their hands are 2 freely named cards. And I've covered that in the channel a few times, like last week's or the week before Sunday session, I think. But you can just do 2-card Monty. I always recommend Omnideck. Always recommend it. And yeah, you want to just be you want to think about when you're performing as well, doing magic at chest height as well. So if you've got a group of people, you don't want to be huddled over, bent over, and trying to get everyone looking over everyone's shoulders to see the cards at waist level. You want to be thinking about pieces that you can do at sort of chest level to get the audience's attention up onto you. That's why I always open with Crazy Man's to start, because it hooks them in, it's interesting, it's different, and everything's at chest height. and then and now they're in. Now they want to see everything that you're doing. But yeah, there's some great stuff. I'm trying to think what I would probably do. Obviously, I would personally do Lux, but I don't know if you have it or not. I would do, what would I do at a cocktail bar? Maybe try and think about incorporating some cocktail style magic. Maybe predict some drinks they would choose. You could get the cocktail menu in advance. This is what something you could do that's really easy. You know the Paul Curry. What's it called? Secret Swindle. I've got it written down on my notes because I always forget it. It's basically a false shuffle that the audience does, but I'll tell you the name of it now. Paul Curry. Swindle of sorts. So, I'll show you this, and it'll give you an idea of what you could do, possibly. If I take out ace through to king, or ace through to 10. So ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? So let's say you took out 10 blank cards and there's 10 cocktails on the menu. What you can do is say to the audience, what I want you to do is take the cards and either deal or twist. So you deal or twist. Deal or twist. Maybe twist and then deal. Just to mix them up and have everyone, or maybe give a few people a go so they can deal, twist, deal, and just let them do this as many times as they like until they're happy, so that you've got a mixed deck of cards. Or mixed set of cards that have cocktails on there. And then you can say, look, that was truly random. You shuffled those cards till you were happy, blah, 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 blah. And then if you look at the cocktail menu, look at the order of the cocktails, and like this, you can show ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I missed the 8 somewhere. I didn't place the 8 in there. That was a trick for me. But yeah, but basically you know what I'm doing. To magicians, we forget. I do the crosscut force all the time. I use this shuffle all the time. This isn't fooling to us, but to laymen, it absolutely knocks their pants off. And you can even do triple. You can even do triple twists, which looks like this: 1, 2, 3, and then you go 1, 2, 3, which they think is really mixing it up. But yeah, once they do that, and then you can reveal that they've mixed it into the same exact order of the cocktail menu, which could be a fun thing to do, and it's unique to that restaurant. And also what you can do is have them think of one of the cocktails off that menu, and maybe like you have them select it from the deck or whatever. And then when it's, so let's say you have somebody name a number between 1 and 10, not 3, so everyone's basically going to think of 3. You can then spread these down on the table and then say, I want you to call out stop whenever you like. So you go, okay, stop. So let's say they stop you here. And you'll say on this card like that. And then you're going to show, eventually you'll show them that they stopped on the same cocktail. Or you can remove that off the list and then cross one out off the menu. Something like that, you know what I mean? But just something that's unique to the cocktail restaurant, the cocktail bar. King OK says, Maxim in Hebrew is charming, so I'm sure the app will be charming. Tyler Lunsford, yo, what's up? Yo, Tyler, how are you, my man? Long time no speak, partner. Brazen Magic says, Maxim in Latin is greatest proposition. Oh, my comments just jumped loads then. Mike1. Can't wait to receive my Lux. Already have ideas combining it with Cognito. You're killing it, Lloyd. Thank you so much, dude. Brazen, I bought some cherries thanks to you. Oh man, yeah, I can't get over how I can't believe I held off cherries for so long. But yeah, they're great. They feel so good. You're gonna love them. John McGowan, how many here are enrolled in David Blaine's upcoming masterclass? That'd be interesting to know. How many of you are enrolled? Tyler Lunsford. DaVinci Resolve is where it's at for video editing. Dude, get off. DaVinci's good. DaVinci's good. I think Cody Nottingham uses DaVinci Resolve. But I'm all about Final Cut. I'm all about Final Cut. Dave says, I love the latest ACAN. I'm performing it, then I'll do it to my family. I'm perfecting it, then do it to my family. Yeah. The only thing I'll say with that is that just take your time with it. Make it a more of a conversational piece. Don't try and rush through it because people might miss certain parts. But yeah, make it fun and but like make it situational. Chris James, I found these little plastic things that seal together, Omnideck size. I put a goldfish and water in it for some kids, and then performed Omnideck using my goldfish deck. They love it. You can actually buy an Omnideck for goldfish. It's actually out there. You can actually do it. John Nesbitt, hello from Massachusetts. Friends with Andrew Niner. Nina? No, Niner. John, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Thank you for joining in. Shanti says, sometimes I want to create a new magic trick. Do I have any advice about it? Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do when it comes to creating new magic tricks. You could take, people talk about the potter and the sculptor. So the potter will create from nothing. They'll take the clay and they'll mold it into something. And the sculptor will take a block of something and they'll sculpt away in it. So when it comes to creating, you can think about an existing trick out there, like a coin in bottle or a card through window, and you can think about all the methods that exist, look at them, and think, what don't I like about these methods? What don't I like about these presentations? And try to improve it from there. Or you could take something like Lux, which is like an entirely new concept, and try to think about something completely new from the ground up. Not entirely, there's nothing new under the sun, but you can try and think of something completely different. So, I don't know, could it be a deck of cards in bottle? I don't think I've ever seen that before. And go from that point. But yeah, and then whatever you decide upon, just do your research, look at what exists out there already. I always try to look at what exists out there if I can, and then just basically make a checklist of all the things I hate about it and avoid those things. Chris James, can I post the name and type of that other pen? I'll use it for cards. I'll just show you again. It's called Edding 8. What is it? There's the camera. Edding 8280. Securitas UV marker. Just type in UV marker, and then it's white with a big red thing on it, like that. Show us the coolest things Javier 3D printed for you. I can't. I'm looking at one of the things right now, and I cannot show it to you. I'm so sorry. Barnabas, I love watching your coin tutorials, which got me thinking, where do you get your coins from? I have these 1 peso from the Philippines that were given to me as a gift when I went to Manila. I lectured in Manila, and I love them. I find they're perfect size, the weight, the quality of them. I also use, do I even have one here? These are, I don't even know what this is. It's an old half crown, and I bought these in a big antiques warehouse in the UK. But I only use these for practicing and for making videos because they're big. When it comes to actually performing, I will only use coins from the same country that I'm in, depending on what country I am in. Tyler Lunsford, one more thing. Have you seen Mark Kirstein's new NFC Sharpie? It's such a cool idea to aid in performing his apps. I have, and it's fantastic. As with everything Mark does, is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I can't believe it hasn't been done before. It's one of those things, and it's like, typical brilliance. But yeah, it's going to make performing those effects so much easier. Punk BMX, I have an idea for a trick, but not a solid method. Where's the best place to get help and push the idea forward? It's best to have a group of magic buddies, people that that are hopefully close to where you live, that you can call up and go meet with, and then jam with them on the idea. Or go and join the Murphy's Magic Discord and get in there, and people will jam with you. Like people like Nevio, I know, are in the Murphy's Magic Discord. Go in there and jam with everyone, and they can help you mold that idea into something solid. Lance Bowen, I'm always learning. To learn new things from someone as creative as you is a privilege, I'm saying. It's just way too kind. Thank you, Lance. Well, you've taught me many, many things, so the feeling's very mutual, my friend. Alex Bow, has there been any bad press on the Magic Cafe about Lux? Yes, there has been bad press, as always, with any release on there. Mainly from one poster called Gaz Williams, who seems to be a personal, I don't know him, but he's like my personal enemy, hates everything I do, and he hates me so much that he keeps screwing himself up in his comments, making himself look a bit silly. So he was complaining about Lux, even though he doesn't own it, got the method wrong, and then he was saying that having a UV flashlight, he could never justify owning a UV flashlight and using it for magic, and he kept going on about this. And then in the same thread, he posted that he didn't like Lux because he didn't think Lux was innovative because he's been performing with a UV flashlight for 15 years in his show. So it's like, well, which one is it? Either you can't justify a UV pen light, or you've been justifying it for 15 years, or you haven't been able to justify your own trick for 15 years. Just so hell-bent against me, but that's the Magic Cafe. And it comes with the territory. Any new release, even like perfect things out there, unfortunately has the Magic Cafe. But as a whole, and obviously they didn't like the campaign. They really don't like campaigns where things are kept secret and sort of built up. They prefer tricks just to be blind dropped. But I think that's just because it's the Magic Cafe. Unfortunately, the place is filled with magicians that don't do it for real. They don't go out there in the real world and do it. So I see one poster in there saying quite proudly, quite often, and he's one of the most popular posters in the Magic Cafe, that he doesn't perform anything in his set that can be bought off a shelf, which is great. The only problem is he is probably the most popular poster in the Magic Cafe. He spends his entire life in the new tricks section. In the latest and greatest, he spends his entire life commenting on new products. Yet says he doesn't do anything new. So it's kind of a weird one, but that's the Magic Cafe, and I love it. It's a weird one, but I do love it. John McGowan, Josh, did you get your cards yet? I'm still waiting for mine. I don't know what cards these are. Alex Bow, why don't I do gigs? I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy performing or having to perform. I enjoy performing when I want to, and I'm fortunate enough to not need to. So I make my living. I put food on the table by creating magic. That's always been what I've loved. I've never enjoyed the performance side of it. I just one of those things. I enjoy performing it when I feel like it, but to be able to have to like walk up to people and show them tricks is not for me. It's not for me at all. I really, 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 really don't like, personally, for myself. For me, I have this big ethos on magic, and it's, if magic feels spontaneous, then it's more powerful. And I'm really, really passionate about my magic feeling like very real and powerful. And by being able to be in the position for people to ask me to do magic to them and make myself feel like I'm just there, like I wasn't prepared, I didn't know I was going to perform magic, it makes it feel like the magic that I perform is that much stronger. And I've always felt, since I was very, very young, that if I walk up to someone and says, "Hey, do you want to see something?" it instinctively tells them that this is something rehearsed, and that for me kills the magic for me. So I've always felt like that. Very, very personal thing. I know it's not for everyone, but that's just where I am, and I'm fortunate if I don't need to do it. What? Oh no, where are we at now? Alex Bow, why not do Beat the Clock? Do you mean Beat the Wand at Blackpool? We actually had Craig take part in that this year, as he lost a bet with me in the Magic Podcast Live at Blackpool when we did a show there, and he had to go on stage during Beat the Wand to get a tattoo, which was a funny story. We'll tell another day. None says, "Hi Lloyd, this is Drew." I know you, Drew. "I finally got the correct rubber bands to perform your rubber band tricks. My grandsons were amazed. Thank you. Pre-ordered Lux. I know this will be great to use. Thank you. Thank you so much, Drew. I really appreciate it, my friend." Hey Lloyd. Hey George. How you doing? These comments just jumped a mile. Where are we at? David W. says, "Lloyd, thank you so much for these thoughts and taking the time to jam some stuff out. Lots to think about. Lux would kill. It's on my wish list when I get paid." Amazing. Thank you so much, bro. ES Magic. I love content. A routine that leads to Omni Deck. Then final reveal with Lux. Yes. I wonder if you could write UV ink on an Omni Deck. That'd be cool. Jeff Smith. "What's up, Lloyd? What is a must-have item on your EDC besides a deck of cards or coins? Love everything you do, bud. Thanks, and keep up the great work." Personally, for me, it's obviously like Lux, and I'm not saying, obviously you guys can tell I perform it a lot. Lux is the big one for me, but my absolute must-have EDC, if I have to pick one, specifically one, it's got to be rubber bands. Absolutely rubber bands. They're so easy to carry. I wear wristbands anyway, and getting myself some linked rubber bands as well. It's got to be rubber bands for me. You can do so much magic with rubber bands, and also they're not card tricks. People don't think. People, when they see cards come out straight away, can sometimes be very standoffish. When they see you do stuff with rubber bands, then then yeah, they're instantly away. So rubber bands, but I do a lot of borrowed stuff. So my absolute ultimate EDC for me has to be rubber bands. What's my favorite cards to use from ES Magic? For me, it's currently Black Cherries. I love the feel of these cards. There's something about them, and I love that they're very minimal. I like minimal design. So they're very basic. They allow people to focus a bit more on what's going on, and they just look cool. But they feel great. So, King, okay, Lloyd, do you have Extreme Burn by Richard Sanders? Does it work with British plastic builds? I do not have Extreme Burn. I have my own. It's random that you said that because I think I found an old. I used to do this thing called Blind Man's Build Change. Did I ever show you guys this? It was a release I put out a couple of years ago. I have this made up for when I go to the States, but so I say I love build changes, but the problem is, fold down the edge, that you can only ever see one side at a time. You only ever see the front or the back. So I wanted to do a build change where I show the front and the back. So if I fold it like this, you can see both. And now when I turn it around, you can see that it's changed to a tail. So that's an old, that's the build change that I use. But I find people don't carry builds as much anymore, which is a shame because it means I don't really do build magic as much. But I love build changes. So yeah, just so you guys can see it one more time. You can see the front and the back. And when I turn it, you can now see all right. It's an old build. It's called the Blind Man's Build Change. I created it like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. John McGowan, where did I get the name for Lux? Lux is Latin for light, and someone said this, and I wish I'd thought of it, but it's Lux is light in a hidden language, and UV light is hidden light. So I thought that was quite cool as well, but I didn't create that bit. Tom goes, Lloyd, what are your tattoos? I keep getting asked this. I never really know how much interest there would be in them. I'll probably make a video one day if you guys want to see this. But yeah, they're all different things. It's like hidden codes, special dates, card reveals, stuff like this all over. me and Pete McKinnon got matching tattoos in America. There goes my microphone. Me and Madison got tattoos together in San Francisco there. Me and Wilbur got these in Hollywood. He had different stuff done at the time. This is an ambergram, which is a funny one. So yeah, a bunch of different stuff. Lance, I have to take the wife to work. We'll catch up soon. Please check my messages. I will definitely check your messages, dude. Alex Bow, is Gav from the Magic Cafe just Craig in disguise because you went over his stuff on YouTube? No. Like, Craig's my best friend in Magic. Not him. Although he did text me saying that I'd overtaken him as the top creator on Penguin. I finally knocked him off the top spot. Where is it? He said to me, this, where is it? I haven't replied actually yet. He said, first YouTube, now Penguin, you arsehole. Shanti, I'm going to buy a new deck. Can you help me out here? I'm looking for a good deck. My hands are always wet. Dude, my hands sweat a lot too. I'm personally in love with the black cherries, so that's what I recommend at the moment. ES Magic, what's my favourite gimmick? My favourite gimmick is probably, in terms of gimmick, can I open this up? This way. Is one of these coin uniques. I don't know if they're called Scotch and soda in America, but the coins that lock into each other. So I've got a £2 and a 2p. Because they're so basic to us magicians, but to a layman, if you load a 2p coin or the coin that goes inside the shell under something like a beer mat or a napkin or under the watch of a spectator, and then you say, watch, name one of these coins, doesn't matter what they name, but they name any coin, and say, watch, as it vanishes just like this, or I'm left with the coin, drop that in their hand, they're never going to see magic that clean again in their life. One coin just literally vanished. They can't get it out of there. It's completely real to them. And now you reveal it somewhere else. You forget how powerful that is. Like it's real magic to them. One, I'm going to contact Mark Kersey and see if he can somehow integrate your Cognito with his web effects. I think that would be another fun way to reveal a card. Yeah, that would be awesome to reveal a card. I think it can be done because I think there's an API thing on there. Dave Chris, yo, I'm back watching while boiling eggs. Enjoy those eggs, my friends. Paul Rogers, just subbed. Been watching you over the past week or so. Got here from Chris Ramsey. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, dude. Keep up the good work, mate. Paul from Manchester. Pleasure to have you here, Paul. Was the video that got you here, was it a recommended video from his channel, or did he shout it out? Lloyd. Yes, Magic. What's your favorite magician? It depends. There's different types of magicians. Like my favorite creators, like Luba Fiedler and Paul Harris. Favorite magicians, David Blaine, Danny DeOrtiz. So many incredible magicians out there. Garrett Thomas. There's a lot, but I don't just have one, I don't think. Has Designs. Lloyd, please do a video testing out your ideas of Lux and rate them from 1 to 10. That'd be such a good video. So what do you mean by testing them out? Just showing all the different things you can do with it? Or like what my favorite effects are, like in top 10 order? So I can totally do that. Dr. Moggs, can you suggest a DVD or online video for learning rubber bands? Thanks. I think Dan Harlan's Band Shark is one that I got years ago. But actually, I only do like a handful of rubber band tricks. I literally do like 2 or 3. I do Liquid Band by Vinnie Marini, which if you haven't seen, it's like the most visual trick ever. I'll use a better pen. So I do this with a straw, but I can show you guys right now. So you take a rubber band and a pen. Let's see if I can show you. So rubber band and a pen. Put the rubber band through your fingers. So you can see the band. And I have the spectator hold on both ends, so top end and bottom end. If you can see the rubber band or the pen through the band. What's the best angle? Watch. As it melts through. You can also melt it back as well. Like this. So if I come up, say watch. And they can hold both ends, like say 1, 2. Melts back through. That's Liquid Band by Vinnie Marini. And then there's Crazy Man's handcuffs. You can do, for you guys that don't know Crazy Man's, it's this where you link it through and it unlinks, but I only ever do it in their hands. And this is a fun way of doing it as well. So I love doing Crazy Man's, but everyone does the move the same, so I like to do it without the move as well. Watch. Which is always fun to catch some people out. But yeah, they're like Crazy Man's, and that is mainly like the things that I do. So, but Dan Harlan's Band Shark is really good, I believe. Mix of tricks. I think that's Andrew Nyla because they can see the photo. Hey Lloyd. Hey Andrew, how you doing, buddy? How's things, man? Michael. So me and Craig are going to become the new other brothers. I hope not. Abraxas, there he is. What's up, boyo? Hope you're well. I'm good. Sorry, I've had a sick weekend. I've been in bed all weekend sick, so I didn't get back to anyone. I just like literally pulled myself together to jump on here today. I hope you're doing good, man. And Abraxas, will you tattoo me in UV somewhere? Why Kevin Lux? Hey Lloyd, congrats on the success with Lux. Hopefully mine will arrive soon. What's your favorite new idea with Lux from the community? Somebody had a liar truth teller routine, which is fantastic, where basically 3 people get given a coin to hold on to. You pass Lux to each of them and say, shine the light on your coin. One of those coins has a cross on it in UV. If you get the coin with a cross on it, you're going to tell the truth or lie, depending on what you do. So you have 3 people, you hand it to the first one, they hand it to the second one, and then the third one. And then you do a whole liar truth teller routine with all 3. And because of the way Lux works, you know that the second person, because when it's in alternating mode, so the first person gets it, there'll be no UV. They turn it off, hand it to the second person. When they turn it on, there will be UV. And the third person, they won't have UV. And the trick is, all 3 coins are identical. They all have an identical UV cross. But the number 1 and 3 won't see the UV cross. Only the second person, always. So you always know the second person is going to tell the truth or lie. And the same for the other 2. They're always going to be telling the truth or lie. So you always know who's telling the truth and you always know who's lying. And from there, you can do a million different things. And that was posted in the community by Brandon something. Please forgive me if I forget it. But yeah, that's it. All right. What is your least, Dyslex says, what is your least favorite type of magic? Personally, I don't like card tricks that obviously use math. Yeah, I don't like card tricks that obviously use math, but I do use math in my magic, but I try to disguise it as best I can. My least favorite types of card tricks, though, are I used to really like these, but very like I hate 4/8 productions. I absolutely hate them with a burning passion. I think they're the worst form of card magic. To do gambling demonstrations, fine, but awful for card magic, 4/8 productions. I'd rather you just produce 4 random cards that match 4 random predictions. But 4/8 productions and anything that, like, I hate the collector's routines. I think they're terrible. I don't like anything that has like silly plot lines like Cannibal Kings and effects such as that. It's really not my bag at all. Really not my kind of deal. I like magic that feels real. That's my kind of thing. But yeah, anything that involves like Dan and Dave's card magic is so pretty to watch. But when I went through a phase of performing that style of card magic, people would say to me, "Oh my God, your hands are so fast. You're amazing." Not, "Whoa, that was incredible. How'd you do it?" They would just assume that I wasn't doing anything mystical. They would just realize it was sleight of hand. So like for example, Dan and Dave's handling of the Queens by my mind's gone blank now. But got a ponytail, works the Magic Castle. What's his name? I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, like their handling of that, although it's super magical, it's more like a flourishing routine, and that's just not magic to me. Christian Bottom says, "Hey guys," or "Hey guys, hey Christian, how you doing, man?" Alex Bow, "Are you contracted to do so many tricks a year for Murphy's?" No, that's why I've only released 2 products with my name on it in the last like 18 months, because there's no rush. They actually don't make me rush things, which is good. Tapman, thanks for sharing your gift. Thank you for joining the stream, dude. Has yeah, and test our ideas too. I will. I'll totally be down for testing other people's ideas for Lux in a longer video. If you guys just get me the ideas in a list, I'll do it. John McGowan, "Why does nobody ride giraffes? Seems like it would be fun." I reckon riding a giraffe would be badass. It'd be like the coolest thing ever. It'd be like a really tall horse. Shanti, "I'm gonna go. I have to go to school tomorrow. Don't want to be late. Thanks, man, for all your tutorials." Great. No, on that note, I need to be heading off soon as well. But what's your favorite reference material that you keep going back to from Ivan? My favorite material that I keep going back to, and it has been for the last few years, is Mentalismo by John Bannon, which is all card mentalism work, and always Paul Harris's Art of Astonishment books. They're a tome. And lately I've been dipping in and out of the Tenyo, massive Tenyo collection books. Dyslex says, and I'm going to wrap up very soon, guys, but Dyslex says, "Do you know of an illusion you absolutely love, but you're just horrible at it? Something that's really hard for me to do." The muscle pass. I cannot muscle pass. At best, I can do it sideways. I love it. I wish I could do it better, but I cannot muscle pass for the life of me. No matter how hard I try, and I've tried for years. And the same for the clip shift. That even though that's a flourishy move, there's so much good stuff you can do. I can't muscle pass, and I've practiced my whole life. I love it. Can't do it. Dave Christmas, "What's the best blank deck card trick?" It's the Quantum deck by a million miles. Million miles. If you want to see other blank deck tricks out there, Blizzard by Dean Dill is absolutely phenomenal. And there's a trick that I performed on an episode of Fooler with a blank card called Imagine by G, which is a Taiwanese magician. It was released by Sans Mind about 10, 12 years ago. Absolutely brilliant trick using one blank card. Brax says, 100% tattoo you in UV. Get in touch, man. I'll do some other work too and make a video of it. Dude, let's do it. Let's absolutely do it. I want my hands done. I want my arms done. Just pin me down. Put like 10 tattooists on me and cover me up. But yeah, no, I'll get in touch. I need to message you back as well. Brazen says, Abraxas is in the building. Yes. Abraxas, man, you need to keep doing more videos. He said, Abraxas, did I see my Why I Hate Lloyd Barnes video? I did see it and I commented on it. And you liked the comment. You loved the comment. But guys, go if you're here right now, because I'm going to be headed off in a minute. Click on Abraxas' name in the chat and go to his channel. He literally the best channel that hasn't blown up yet on YouTube. I keep saying it. Mentalism extraordinaire. He's hilarious. His videos are so well made, so succinct, and he gives so much knowledge. Nathan Lindley from the UK. Please go and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. It's him and Craig are the videos I get excited to watch when they come online. Craig posts so many I can't keep up, but Abraxas, it doesn't overwhelm me so much, and every time he posts a video, I'm there and watching it. Please go and look at his channel. Jeff Smith, any books on magic that you would recommend? For me, it depends on where you are with card magic or with magic, but to get your creative juices flowing, then I would say go to get the Art of Astonishment Projects by Paul Harris, and then where was I? Sorry, I had a Facebook comment come in as I was talking. Art of Astonishment Project by Paul Harris. I like Mentalismo by John Bannon. I think there's deeper things to learn from that. Absolute Magic by Darren Brown's classic book. Classic book. I like the 5x5 Japan books for creative methods and interesting effects. They're great as well. Yeah, so there's some book recommendations for you guys. Mix of tricks. Andrew Niner says, just want to say thank you for all you do here. As a creator, I know how long it takes to create ideas. The fact that you give them out to the community is so awesome. Andrew, man, thank you so much, dude. I really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. David P says, working on a new app. Lloyd will reach out soon. Would love to jam in with you. I would love to check out that app. You know I'm a fiend for apps. King OK says, what's your favourite Roddy McGee trick? Oh, so many. So many favourite Roddy McGee tricks. He showed me one at the Session Convention back in Gloucester in like 2016, I want to say, that involved a business card that I love. I thought that was super, super good. I love the fact that where he drew the fish on the glass, on the outside of the glass, and it goes inside. I love Little Door. I love his sewn on trick. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Everything he does is just genius. He's literally a living genius. Magic Allen. Thanks, Lloyd. Lloyd, thanks for everything you do. And you're honestly such a great creator. Thank you. Thank you so much, dude. Hazard. If you went on Penn and Teller, would you perform with Lux? Would it fool them, do you think? Depends how it was performed. If it was performed in a mentalism sense, then yes. Although I do know they keep up with the magic market. As a friend of mine went on there and performed the best version of a certain trick I've ever seen in my life, which is Javi Benitez, and he did his gypsy thread routine, and it's the best one that exists in the world. And they'd seen it was a product available to buy, so they knew it. So I'm pretty sure they would know this exists. So I don't know if it would fool them, only because they've probably seen it. Dyslexic. I got so excited when you mentioned Brian Russian. Yeah, he's incredible. Baraxis, yes, I love you, dude. I love you too, dude. Thank you for joining in. All right, last two things now. Alex Bow, another great session. Thank you for tuning in. Alex, you were the first one in the chat and almost the second to last one in the comments, I think. Hello from Hamburg, Jan Hendrik Menges, I think I pronounced it. I'm so sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Hello and goodbye. Hello from Hamburg, goodbye from Wales. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in this week. As you can tell, I'm really ill. I've got like a runny nose, run down really bad. I've actually loved this live session with you. It's been the best Sunday service we've done in a long time. Amazing questions. Tune back in for Tutorial Tuesday on Tuesday. Come back on Thursday for another episode of Fooler, and then come back next Sunday for another live Sunday session. I love you all. Thank you all. I'll speak to you all very, very soon.